It all started with a visit to prison.
We visited for a while, and then the time started going. I'm like, oh my gosh, we've been here for a long time.
Denise Rainey looked for a guard to let her out of the locked visiting room at Crossroads Correctional Center in Cameron, where she was seeing her son. That's when she realized nobody was around.
I went to go look, and everybody was gone.
She knocked on the doors and windows, but nobody answered. You can't bring your cell phone into prison, so she couldn't call anyone. Her son, who was also locked in the visiting room, told her not to worry.
Because they're going to be doing count soon, and they'll come then. I said, okay.
But the time for the prison head count came and went. Then 4 hours later, by now it's 10 o'clock, there was a second count.
And nobody came.
Even her son was worried now.
It just kept getting later and later, and that's when he started, getting a little bit antsy, and he beat on the glass and stuff, and they still never came.
Is there a place to go to the bathroom?
No. I wet my pants. I didn't mean to wet my pants, but that's what happened.
How could a place as supposedly closely controlled as a prison not realize that she and her convicted felon son were missing?
I had to sign in. And I gave them my ID.
Her belongings were still in a visitor locker. Her car was still in the parking lot. Plus, there was a camera focused on them the entire time, and her son was missing from his cell. Finally, at 3:30 the next morning, 12 hours after she first arrived, she saw someone in the guard station near the main visiting area and got his attention.
Can we help you? And I said, yeah, I've been here since 3:30 at visit time, and they laughed at me. I said, this is not funny.
Rainey was so alarmed that not only could this have happened, but that they didn't seem to care. That's why she called Fox 4 Problem Solvers. Problem Solvers called the Missouri Department of Corrections. A spokeswoman confirmed that Rainey and her son indeed had been locked inside and admitted that mistakes were made by staff. She blamed the blunder in part on a recent consolidation of Crossroads with another nearby prison, saying some staff was still unfamiliar with the layout. The spokeswoman also blamed Rainey, saying that the prison reviewed the entire 12 hours of videotape and insists Rainey didn't try to alert anyone. State Representative Richard Brown said that's ridiculous. It shouldn't have been Rainey's responsibility.
When you're in a correctional facility, there really isn't any way to notify anyone, and it's up to the correctional officers to keep an eye on you for the most part. It's not like you can just walk in and walk out like you're going to Walmart.
Is the Crossroads Correctional Center dangerously understaffed? The Missouri Department of Corrections wouldn't tell us, insisting that staffing levels are kept confidential for security reasons. But Brown said it's no secret that Missouri prisons have struggled to find and hold on to employees.
In fact, in some of those communities, you have warehouses that are paying more money than they're paying the correctional officers.
Representative Brown, who has pushed unsuccessfully for legislation giving lawmakers more oversight of the prison system, said this is just the latest example of why such a bill is needed.
I think that's a big fear that everyone has, that you'll go into a prison and that you can't get out.
On the bright side, Rainey said at least she got to spend a lot of time with her son. Throughout that 12-hour odyssey, they never ran out of things to talk about.
Representative Brown says he'll be demanding answers from the Missouri Department of Corrections to find out exactly how this happened and what they're doing to make sure it doesn't happen again. Linda Wager, Fox 4 Problem Solvers.